Day 296, Maccabean Revolt, 1 Maccabees 15, Sirach 36-37, Proverbs 23 verses 26-28. Let's begin. 1 Maccabees 15. And King Antiochus, the son of Demetrius, sent letters from the islands of the sea to Simon, the priest and leader of the nation of the Jews, and to all the people. And these continued in this way: King Antiochus to Simon, the great priest, and to the people of the Jews, greetings. Since certain pestilent persons have obtained the kingdom of our fathers, it is my will, then, to vindicate the kingdom and to restore it, just as it was before. And so, I have chosen a great army, and I have built ships of war. Furthermore, I intend to pass through the region, so that I may take revenge on those who have corrupted our country and who have desolated many cities in my kingdom. Now therefore I confirm to you all the oblations that all the kings before me have remitted to you, and whatever other gifts they remitted to you. And I permit you to make a striking of your own coins for your country. Moreover, let Jerusalem be holy and free. And all the weapons that have been made, and the fortresses that you have constructed, or that you hold, let them remain with you. And all that is owed to the king, and what should belong to the king in the future, from this time and for all time, is remitted to you. Yet, when we have obtained our kingdom, we will glorify you, and your nation, and the temple with great glory, so much so that your glory shall be made manifest in all the earth. In the 174th year, Antiochus went into the land of his fathers, and all the armies came over to him, so that few were left with Trypho. And King Antiochus followed him as he fled along the sea coast, and came to Dora. For he knew that evils had gathered together upon him, and that his troops had forsaken him. And Antiochus took up a position above Dora, with 120,000 men of warfare and 8,000 horsemen. And he encircled the city, and the ships drew near by sea. And they assailed the city by land and by sea, and they permitted no one to go in or out. But Numenius, and those who had been with him, came from the city of Rome, having letters written to the kings and the regions, in which was contained these things. Lucius, consul of the Romans, to King Ptolemy, greetings. The ambassadors of the Jews, our friends, came to us, to renew the former friendship and alliance, having been sent from Simon, the leader of the priests, and the people of the Jews. And they also brought a shield of gold of over 1,000 pounds. And so, it was pleasing to us to write to the kings and the regions, that they should do no harm to them, nor fight against them, and their cities, and their regions, and that they should bear no assistance to those fighting against them. And it seemed good to us to receive the shield from them. If therefore those who are pestilent have taken refuge with you from their region, hand them over to Simon, the leader of the priests, so that he may give a verdict to them according to their law. These same things were written to King Demetrius, and to Attalus, and to Ariorades, and to Arsaces, and to all the regions, and to Lampsacus, and to the Spartans, and to Delos, and Mindos, and Sicyon, and Caria, and Samos, and Pamphylia, and Lycia, and Halicarnassus, and Cos, and Side, and Aradus, and Rhodes, and Phaselis, and Gortina, and Cnidus, and Cyprus, and Cyrene. Moreover, they wrote a copy of these things to Simon, the leader of the priests, and the people of the Jews. But King Antiochus positioned his camp near Dora a second time, moving his hand against it continually, and making machines of war. And he enclosed Trypho, lest he escape. And Simon sent 2,000 chosen men to him as auxiliaries, and silver, and gold, and an abundance of equipment. And he was not willing to receive them, but he broke all of the pact that he made with him before, and he alienated himself from him. And he sent to him Athenobius, one of his friends, to deal with him, saying, You hold Joppa and Gazara, and the stronghold that is in Jerusalem, which are cities of my kingdom. You have desolated their parts, and you have caused a great scourging in the land, and you have become ruler throughout many places in my kingdom. Now, therefore, hand over the cities that you occupy, and the tributes of the places where you have become ruler beyond the borders of Judea. But if not, give me for them 500 talents of silver, and for the destruction that you have caused, and for the tributes of the cities, another 500 talents. But if not, we will come and fight against you. So Athenobius, the friend of the king, came to Jerusalem and saw the glory of Simon, and his splendor in gold and silver, and his abundance of equipment, and he was astonished. And he repeated the words of the king to him. And Simon responded to him, and he said to him, We have not taken foreign land, nor do we hold anything foreign, but we hold the inheritance of our fathers, which was for some time unjustly possessed by our enemies. In truth, since we have the opportunity, we claim the inheritance of our fathers. And as to Joppa and Gazara, which you demand, they brought a great scourging on the people and our country. For these, we will give 100 talents. And Athenobius did not respond a word to him. But, returning with anger to the king, he reported to him these words, and the glory of Simon, and all that he had seen. And the king became angry with a great anger. But Trypho fled by ship to Orthosia. And the king appointed Sendabeus as commander of the seacoast, and he gave him an army of foot soldiers and horsemen. And he commanded him to move with his camp against the face of Judea. And he commanded him to build up Kedron, and to barricade the gates of the city, and to make war against the people. But the king pursued Trypho. And Sendabeus passed through to Jamnia, and he began to provoke the populace, and to trample Judea, and to take the people captive, and to execute, and to build up Kedron. And he stationed horsemen and an army there, so that they could go out and travel through the ways of Judea, as the king appointed him to do. Sirach 36:37. O God of all, take pity on us, and look with favor on us, and show us the light of your compassion. And send your fear upon the Gentiles, who have not sought you, so that they may acknowledge that there is no God except you, and so that they may declare your great deeds. Lift up your hand over unbelieving nations, so that they may see your power. For just as, in their sight, you have been sanctified in us, so also, in our sight, you will be magnified in them. So may they know you, as we also have known you. For there is no God apart from you, O Lord. Renew your signs, and work new wonders. Glorify your hand and your right arm. Stir up your fury, and pour out your wrath. Take away our adversary, and afflict our enemy. Hasten the time, and remember the end, so that they may declare your miracles. Let those who escape be devoured by the wrath of fire. And let those who harass your people find perdition. Crush the head of the leaders of the enemies, for they say, There is no other beside us. Gather together all the tribes of Jacob, so that they may acknowledge that there is no God except you, and so that they may declare your great deeds. And you will inherit them, as from the beginning. Take pity on your people, over whom your name has been invoked, and on Israel, whom you have treated as your firstborn. Take pity on Jerusalem, the city of your sanctification, the city of your rest. Fill Zion with your ineffable words, and fill your people with your glory. Give testimony to those who have been your creations from the beginning, and lift up the prophecies which the former prophets spoke in your name. Give a reward to those who endure for you, so that your prophets may be found to be faithful. And heed the prayers of your servants. In accord with the blessing of Aaron over your people. And direct us in the way of justice, and let all who inhabit the earth know that you are God, the beholder of all ages. The belly can devour any food, yet one meal is better than another. The palate tests the meat of wild animals, and the understanding heart tests false words. A corrupt heart will cause grief, and a man of experience will resist it. A woman can receive any male, yet one daughter is better than another. The beauty of a wife cheers the face of her husband, and rises above his desire, above all the desires of man. If she offers healing words, then she both comforts and shows mercy, and so her husband is not like other men. He who holds to a good wife establishes a possession. She is a helper in agreement with him, and she is a pillar of rest. Where there is no hedge, a possession will be trampled. And where there is no wife, he will mourn her absence. Who will trust one who has no nest, and who conceals himself wherever his course may take him, like a well-equipped robber passing from city to city? Every friend will say, I also am a close friend. But there is a friend who is a friend in name only. Is this not a grief even unto death? But a companion and friend may turn into an enemy. O wicked presumption! From what were you created that you would cover the dry land with your malice and deceitfulness? A companion may rejoice with his friend in good times, but in a time of tribulation, he will be an adversary. There is a companion who commiserates with a friend for the sake of the stomach, but he will shield himself from the enemy. You should not forget your friend in your soul, and you should not be unmindful of him in your wealth. Do not choose to consult with someone who waits in ambush for you, and hide your counsel from those who rival you. Every counselor offers advice, but some are counselors only for themselves. Guard your soul from a counselor, and know beforehand what his interests are, for he will form thoughts from his own soul. Otherwise, he may set a signpost in the ground, and he may say to you, "Your own way is good," but then he will stand at a distance to see what befalls you. Do not discuss holiness with an irreligious man, nor justice with one who is unjust. You should not speak with a woman about her who is a rival, nor with a coward about war, nor with a merchant about exaggeration, nor with a buyer about selling, nor with a spiteful man about giving thanks, nor with the impious about piety, nor with the dishonest about honesty, nor with the field worker about other kinds of work, nor with a worker hired for a year about the end of the year, nor with a lazy servant about great works. You should pay no heed to these persons in any matter of counsel, but be continually with a holy man, with anyone whom you know to observe the fear of God, whose soul is in agreement with your own soul, and who, when you falter in the dark, will share your sorrows. And establish a heart of good counsel within yourself, for there is nothing of greater usefulness to you than this. At any time, the soul of a holy man declares more truths than 7 vigilant watchmen sitting in a high place. But concerning all things, pray to the Most High, so that he may direct your way in truth. In all your works, let a true word precede you, with steadfast counsel before every deed. A wicked word can change the heart. From the heart 4 kinds of things arise, good and evil, life and death. And the tongue is continually their ruler. There is a man who is an astute teacher of many, and yet this is useless to his own soul. A man of experience has taught many, and this is pleasant to his own soul. Whoever speaks mere rhetoric is hateful, he will be deceived in every matter. Grace is not given to him from the Lord, for he has been deprived of all wisdom. There is a wise man who is wise within his own soul, and the fruit of his understanding is praiseworthy. A wise man instructs his own people, and the fruit of his understanding is faithful. A wise man will be filled with blessings, and those who see will praise him. The life of a man is in the number of his days, but the days of Israel are innumerable. A wise man will inherit honor among the people, and his name will live in eternity. Son, test your own mind in your life, and if it is lacking, you should not give it authority. For not all things are fitting for all persons, and not every kind of thing is agreeable to every soul. Do not choose to be eager during any feast, and you should not act with excess toward any food. For in excessive eating there will be infirmity, and gluttony will continue even unto illness. By excessive drinking, many have passed away, but he who abstains will add to his life. Proverbs 23 verses 26 through 28. My son, offer me your heart, and let your eyes keep to my ways. For a loose woman is a deep pit, and a foreign woman is a constricted well. She lies in wait along the way like a robber, and the incautious one whom she sees, she will put to death.